Universal Music has basically said that they're not going to be letting TikTok license their music to their artists because of unfair compensation and security reasons. Hi, I'm Sandra. I talk about social and style here on my platform. Let's talk about Universal Music pulling the rights from TikTok and all of its users. A lot of your favorite artists are going to be muted on the platform if you have used them in your videos. That means people like Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, a lot of really great artists that a lot of their music has gone super viral on the platform. Now, as a content creator, what do? I'm going to give you 10 different things that you can do right now that you can now use from here forward to protect yourself and give you the best leg forward with your content on the platform. And before I forget, don't forget to follow my platform. I really appreciate your support in helping me create this content. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping through. Give it a like if this helps you and share it to a friend, colleague, or family member if you think that this can help them as well. So let's get into my top 10 things that you can do right now to help yourself. Okay, so while we do this, I actually have this new JLo. It's not new, but it's new to me. It is the JLo That Star filter, and I'm gonna be trying this because I put it on my hand. Now you can see this like pinkish, shimmery thing going on. So I'm thinking not all over my face, but maybe in this area. So let's get this going while we talk about the 10 things that you can do to help yourself through this difficult time. Number one, the first thing you can do to help yourself is video your content without music. Now I know this sounds like the easiest thing, but a lot of people forget that it is so simple just to script your content and go live filming yourself without any music. Do people want to do this? No, because they want to hop on a trending song. But I've always said, if you become the trend, that is so much more exciting. Make sure that as you are filming your content, you are filming it with and without music. Okay, next, you're gonna wanna find multiple commercial audio tracks that you can use. Those you can find in the commercial audio portion of TikTok. This is my favorite, by the way, so favorite. So as I said, find multiple tracks, not just one, but multiple. And then you have them in your library at the ready. If something is muted, which I've had done to my account before, and then TikTok typically will suggest another sound to replace it. This has actually been done on YouTube as well, but sometimes it's not the sound that you were going for in the original track. So sometimes it matches up, sometimes it's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this dance, right? So this might take you some time. So it is not for the faint or the weak at heart to find all the songs that you think are going to double as an alternate song for your video. So this could be a great way to have something at the ready just in case your song does get removed. Okay, now the third thing that you're gonna wanna do is make sure that you have an Excel spreadsheet or whatever sort of spreadsheet, Google Sheets, whichever one you're going to do, in order to make sure that you have everything in some place that is well organized. That means keeping track of the sounds that you use. What? Yes, that means keeping track. That means being organized, not just uploading and running away, right? We want to make sure that we have everything in its place. That means that you keep track. Don't just upload and run. Sometimes that means having a strategy. That means keeping track of what's working and what isn't. This over here. Okay, she missed a spot. Okay. Yes, so keep track and make sure that you have everything in its place. So you're ready just in case you have to go back and say, okay, which videos were those songs to? What were the songs that were being played? I forget what they were called. I originally uploaded them and I didn't name them, or the name was from somebody else, some other creator that had uploaded them, but they didn't name it properly. So I don't even know what the name of the song was. It was like 2 years ago. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, number 4 is only create content with your voice or your original music. That means things that you can copyright of your own. And the reason I say of your voice is because if you have your voice and someone else's voice on there, then you need their permission too. So make sure that you're creating content that is of your voice, because that is distinguishable. And if you create your own music, then that's like cherry on the top. Like you have both sides going, multi-talented, trifecta. Number 5 is to partner with other creators. Yes, other creators that you know actually create music. Partner with those creators, enter into a contract with those creators, and make sure that all of those licensing agreements are between you and that creator, and then you're set. because then you're covered for usage and making sure that you are giving some sort of whatever the arrangement is for the compensation for that other creator. I love NARS, so I have to go in. Even though this is a cheek palette, I'm going in for the eyes. Number 6 is to utilize outside platforms like Artlist.io, Collab House, or Epidemic Sound. These ones are definitely geared toward influencers and can help you find popular music to license for your videos. It is very important to read the fine print, and a lot of them have blog articles that will help you understand licensing and what copyright really means. You can also use the YouTube library, which has a lot of options for creators. When you're using these options like Artlist.io or Collab House, just remember that some of these are paid services. Love my Rare Beauty. I have to do some of this because I'm looking a little glossy. If you haven't done any of these things, I definitely suggest you do this next one. Now, this one might be a little harder for some people, but if you create your content with BPM in mind, which is beats per minute, you might be able to create content that is movement driven or at least rhythmically driven, so that as you have to either replace music, you can find out the beats per minute to make sure that you have songs that accurately represent the movement in that video, just with a different song based on the beats per minute. So the way that you can do this is either finding out the beats per minute of the song that you like, which you can also keep in that Excel spreadsheet, and you can find these out on plenty of websites, one of which is songbpm.com. Or if you don't know the name of the artist or the title of the song, you can literally tap it into beats per minute online, and it will tell you the beats per minute of the song. Just like maybe you were out at the club and you were like, oh, that's a hot song. Like, right? Exactly. So then you have the beats per minute of the song, and you're able to create based on beats per minute. You can look up other song titles, see if those are in the music library or if they have been removed from the TikTok library, and either replace it with that song because it has the same beats per minute, or you can create it based on beats per minute and then just have a slew of songs in your Excel spreadsheet that are based on those beats per minute. And then you can pick and choose and remove and do so many things. Makes so much sense, right? The next thing that I recommend as we try out this one, which is what I was coming here to do, which is this JLo That Star filter. I'm gonna do a little bit up in this to try to like shine this up in the cheek area. If you are brand new to copyright, trademark, patent laws, any of these things, I would follow some really great creators on TikTok. Some of these creators that I follow are, and I'm just gonna dab this in, boop, boop, boop. Let's dab it out too, so I don't use too much. Some are the IP Professor and Dad Chats. So if you haven't had a chance, let me put it a little bit more. I'm gonna put this a little bit up here. Now that goes on. Let's go a little bit, ooh, blot it in here. Oh my. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, JLo. Glow, that JLo glow. One of the ones that I think is the most important is number 9. So if you stuck with me this far, you're gonna get a really, really good one. And that is to go to the uspto.gov and make sure that you check out all of the different information that you can about copyrights, trademarks, and patents. It is super important to educate yourself as far as how things are going with US trademark and copyright law. So yes, following influencers is great because they have a little bit of a hot take on some of the different laws, but it is also good to get it from the horse's mouth, which is go to uspto.gov and get it straight from the source. So it's one thing to go to the uspto.gov and search up all of the different information about patent, trademark, and copyright law. It's another to protect yourself. So not only do you want to think about how your content that is already up is going to be affected, but it's also about what is your future content going to look like, and how can you protect yourself from other people stealing your work, not just you utilizing licensed music of other people. So it's kind of a win-win that this is happening, because you get to not only think about what your content is going to look like if that music is removed, or muted, but you also get to look at how am I going to protect myself if people want to use my content, or if my content gets stolen. How do I protect myself in that scenario. It's all about being proactive. Last but not least, I highly recommend reading the TikTok terms of service, specifically the TikTok music terms of service. Now, obviously, these are going to change over time, and it's good to have a refresher every once in a while. Now, we probably don't read them when we agree to them. I'm definitely guilty of this, but maybe it's time that we should. Now, I know all the Swifties out there are worried about their music coming down tomorrow because during the Midnights era, especially on TikTok, everybody has been utilizing these songs. So just, put your game day red on, ride out the storm. I know sometimes it doesn't feel like it's gonna be good, but I think you're gonna look gorgeous. This too shall pass. And if you have any questions, definitely leave a comment. I'm happy to go into more detail of what I think these could help you with. Or if you have any suggestions for anyone who is watching this video about how they can protect themselves with copyright, trademark, or patent laws, definitely number one rule when thinking about that is consult a lawyer before you take someone else's advice on laws of the land. But then also just be informed. That is the best thing that you can do. Move forward thinking about your content in mind and how maybe this shifts your strategy on not using popular music in your content, or just focusing on the content that you can create that is strictly original content from here on forward. And I do love how this looks. I love this too. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So any of these products, if you have questions on them, leave a comment. I'm happy to let you know where I got them from. So I know that you're going to do really, really well utilizing all 10 tips. And don't forget to make sure that you follow me right here on this profile and share this video with your friends, family, and colleagues. I wish you all the best of luck navigating this music kind of licensing removal process. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.